With the diverse challenges and occurrences going on in the world today, there are still stories that lift our spirit up, filling us with courage and enough encouragement to overcome all the loud and silent battles we have to face each day. Meet Zion Nwoke, a 4-year-old warrior living with cerebral palsy. He was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at only 3 months old. This medical condition went on to affect his sight, speech, and even his ability to walk, therefore making him totally dependent from age 3 months till date. But amidst all of this, the rare and completing love of a mother has withstood this long test of time and has not been found missing. One can only wonder how much despair goes through the mind of Mrs. Lolade Nwoke every day, especially as she watches other children do the things she so longs to see her own baby do.
After he diagnosed him with cerebral palsy, I remember I carried him and went to a corner at I sat at a corner and then I wept. People were looking at me like, what's wrong with this woman? I wept and I called my husband. My husband is someone that doesn't really show emotions like that. I expected that when I called him, I was crying. He used to cry now. But it was just like, I should just calm down, that everything will be fine. And then I called my elder brother, because he is a nurse. So I called him and I explained to him. I remember he just went silent on the phone. He didn't say anything for a long time. And then it was just like, I should just take my bag and go home. That we'll see at home.
I'm not moved. I hardly react to things. So I can react to things, but you don't see that reaction. So people always even complain that you don't see the kind of reaction you're expecting. You don't get it. So I have this calm mind that just takes things in, just take it in. So my first instinct and my first reaction based on my natural instinct when I got that news of Zion, I have to handle this.
Cerebral palsy is a medical condition. It is not sickness. It's not. It's just a disability. And cerebral has to do with the brain, and palsy has to do with the muscle. So it's a result of an accident that happened at the part of an infant's brain, just part of the brain, and majorly the motor, the part that controls the motor. That's the part that controls your ability to move your hands, to sit off, hold up your neck. So which is why it affects balance, muscle, and posture. So, and it's a permanent condition. Medically, it says to be a non-progressive condition. It is a lifelong thing. From a layman's point of view, a mother will say it is that thing that makes your child not to do those things, those motor things we take for granted.
Assuming I knew that this was what it entailed, I would have started all of the necessary medical requirements like when it was a baby. Because like the 6-7 months we wasted at home doing nothing, not seeing any medical personnel, something could have been done. Because we're told to come back like July. If we had been told, okay, at that 3 months, if we had been told that, okay, start doing some things for him at home, start doing some things, start giving him some medicines, some drugs, probably it wouldn't have been worse to this level.
I would say that the awareness has increased from what it was 17 years ago or 20 years ago. So there's a lot of awareness. because, I mean, of course, more people are educated. Why were we saying there was no awareness? Because, first of all, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, we don't have as much educated people as we have now. Internet had not spread as it has spread today. People in the villages everywhere can. If you just suspect something is wrong, you Google it on the, and then you on the internet, you see what is wrong. And there's a lot of people discussing it, talking about it. So I can really say that there's a lot of improvement, in awareness creation. A lot of people much more aware than what it was 15, 20 years ago.
Cerebral palsy is a neurological disorder that affects the muscle control of a child, and the result is different for each victim. For some, they are able to do some more physical activities, while for some others, they are unable to, and while other children are able to learn how to do these activities with them. Some others are not that fortunate. It all depends on the severity of the condition and the determination of the victim.
Zion is such a strong boy, very strong. Sometimes I look at him and I'm like, wow, yeah, I don't know how you're just created like this. I have never, okay, I could say just one, but that's not like an emergency like that. I have seen emergencies. I have seen parents rush down their children to the emergency units. Maybe because a seizure that was triggered and all of that. But for Zion, the worst thing you can just notice about Zion is maybe he has malaria.
Children with CP, most of them are as intelligent as the next person. Once it does not affect their intellect, they can do anything just like. In fact, they are just at a par with their contemporaries. So that's I have seen. And then one thing I can tell you about cerebral palsy is that it is so expensive to manage. Of course, everybody knows that. It's the most expensive congenital disorder to manage all over the world. For a number of reasons. I've just mentioned wheelchair. And then the wheelchair is not the one the child uses this year, that the child is going to use next year, unless the child is not born. The child will use it for about maximum 2-3 years. You need to buy another one, and they're not cheap. So I can tell you that it's a difficult condition, it's a complex condition.
Statistics show that over 17 million people are impacted with cerebral palsy.
In this journey, I have seen moms more committed than the dads. Some of them leave, some of them just dump the child like you are the one that know where you got the child from.
There are some things that you think you could control, but definitely it's just out of your control. So what you cannot control, don't regret it.
So I feel at this point we need to also get involved in the lives of these children, and also for moms, try as much as possible to be yourself. Do not it can be overwhelming. The journey can be very, very overwhelming, tiring, stressful, but just try as much as possible to just be yourself. The children will live, they will survive with your help. You are the one they need for this journey to be very easy for them. So, and while trying to also take care of them, take care of yourself too, because like I said, it can be very overwhelming. Just also take care of yourself, because your child wants you alive.